Yes, I always do that when I yawn. Well, not all the time. Anyway, that's not important. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the humble internet. My name is Ryan, aka Ryman. I have a little bit of time before I gotta go do some errands. Before a small little party I gotta get to for my sister. So I'm gonna take it easy, do a little easy recording with an easy, or should be easy, editing session, and do some more Katawa Shoujo. The last time that we were here, our boy done fucked up, and now he's sad. He's very sad. My mind feels blank and overcrowded at the same time. Welcome to every minute of every day, my man, of me. And I can't even begin to unravel the tangle of feelings I've got myself into. This is literally on you. She was painting away, her mind clearly in another place, clearly multiple other things more pressing on her mind, and you gotta drop the bomb of saying, hey girl, I like you and I'd smash. What? No! Even I'm like, no! I spend the bus trip downtown staring out the window, thinking about these things. As a result, by the time I climb the stairs to the atelier of 4 floors above Say's gallery, I'm feeling completely exhausted. Expecting awkwardness, I quietly knock on the door before entering. I spot Rin at the center of the small, clear area of the room, working on a painting. She doesn't acknowledge my arrival in any way. Hi. I came as promised. Rin snaps her head into my direction immediately. Was she waiting for me to say something? And locks that cold green gaze of hers on me. Although I'm not sure my own face can't hide my feelings, Rin's expression is expectant and neutral as always. The clouded, slightly absent-minded darkness in her eyes is like a wall standing between me and her. It is the first awkward silence between us that is truly awkward. Yesterday, both of us said something we couldn't take back. Again, that's on you. And there's no way it could be undone. I want to say something, but Rin forbade me from doing so. I can't even begin to guess what she's thinking, but I'm feeling the pressure of her lightless eyes on me, compelling me to break the silence without saying the thing I most want to say. To my horror, I find that I can't find any way to start a conversation. It's as if I've completely lost the ability to speak with her. Just keep working if you're in the middle of something. I'll just sit down here. Whew! Why am I tired? It's the middle of the afternoon. Rin nods wordlessly at me and picks up the brush from the floor with the toes of her right foot. I sink into a worn-out sofa, picking up a book from my bag and open it to where I stopped last night. I can't really concentrate on it, but it's better than doing nothing. The two of us are so close to each other, together in the same room even, and yet we're both off doing our own thing as if we're miles apart. I can't help but wonder about this unnatural situation. You wanna know where I didn't feel unnatural situations, where the silence wasn't awkward, it was comfortable, where we could just sit in a goddamn room quietly and reading? Hanako. Yeah, I done said it. Why did I come here? Are we getting philosophical now, or? Because she asked me to yesterday, of course. However, it looked like there's absolutely no need for me to actually be here. It makes me feel awkward at first, but as I recall the previous silences I've quietly passed with Rin, I settled down and tried to tune into that same comfortable mood I was back then. Time stretches, then slows down. The pages of my book rustle each time I turn them. After maybe an hour, or 1 hour at most, Rin breaks the silence to my complete surprise. Hisao. Rin. Ryan. Yeah? Are you my friend? I like to think so. It's an echo of yesterday. I know it. So even Rin couldn't just push it aside from her mind. Caught off guard, I answer honestly. I don't... Yeah, of course I am. Don't worry about stuff like that. Come on. Okay. She doesn't say anything further. I feel happy somehow. Several chapters later, I mark my spot, close the book, and put it away in my bag. Getting up from the sofa, I see that Rin's made considerable progress on her painting. Whew. I take a look at it for a bit. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's still not quite finished, I suppose. It looks great! It's bad luck to comment on unfinished paintings. You're right, it looks like shit! After that, I quietly leave the studio and catch the bus, taking me back to school. That whole chapter felt incredibly awkward. Not gonna lie, even I felt restless and uncomfortable in my own chair. Life settles into some sort of vague, undefined norm. I visit Rin whenever I can, but each time it's as strange as the first. They consist mainly of me watching Rin at work, or just reading a book on the couch while she works. We barely talk at all. Long, quiet evenings stretch over the last weeks of June. I sit on the couch in the atelier, listening to the quiet rustle of Rin's brush and my own heartbeat, trying to make sense of the former and forget about the latter. Do some push-ups or sit-ups while you're in there too, man. Squats even. Goddamn. I am a silent visitor in this place. A ghost. A ghost! I got excited for a second. I gotta play Hellsign later now. At some point I started thinking that my presence is meaningful to Rin somehow, but never end up asking her about it. I don't bring up the forbidden topic anymore either, and try to stop thinking about it altogether. That's what you're supposed to do. You take those feelings, you put them down in your gut where it belongs. You know it's working when you feel sick, but you power through it. Be a man! It's hard to do so. It doesn't get any easier with the passage of time. My heart aches every time I look at the awkward figure of the girl I decided to like, yet who refuses to acknowledge it. I still can't seem to find the right words to talk to her about anything at all, but I find quite solace in observing her from nearby. The distance between us doesn't feel that huge when I can be close to her, even if it's like this. Making sure I'm still recording. Cool. Rin works like a demon. There's barely any movement when she's without a brush between her toes, or not walking in circles around her current work in progress, estimating it from every angle and distance. She seems to be completely taken over by her will to work, to change herself into the sort of artist she believes would be worthy of the trust of Numi and Sei have placed in her. Piles of sketches, works in progress, tubes of oil paint, and brushes slowly begin to crowd the small atelier, making it even messier than it was before Rin acquired the right to use it. I offer to help clean up every now and then, but each time she refuses. Do not touch someone's organized chaos. That's a thing, my boy. It dawns on me that in her mind, the room is not in utter chaos. Rather, her system of keeping track of everything is so elaborate only Rin herself can make sense of it. Organized chaos. She knows exactly where everything is, from the tiniest brush to that half-empty tube of crimson that's the perfect shade for some picture in progress. Rin walks from one painting to another, looking at them as if not remembering that she made them. She talks to herself, or to the paintings, even when I'm present, always just quietly enough that I can't make out the words. Every day, Rin pours herself onto the canvas for hours on end, squeezing every bit of her ability and even her soul to make good on that promise she made to me, or herself. Black marks appear beneath her eyes, a sure sign that she's skipping sleep in favor of painting. I'm somewhat surprised to see her at school a few times. I never go and say hello, though, as I somehow feel it would break the silent magic of the evenings we share at the Atelier. Sometimes Sei comes by when I'm there. She gives me a certain kind of look when she shows up. I think she doesn't like that I'm always hanging out with Rin up here, but she never says a word about it. Say something then, bitch! Fight me! Punch me in the ass! Oh god, no one's gonna get that reference I just made. Not too long ago, I was part of a recording session with my buddy Jane. She was playing Monster High, and it's a joke that we had during that. It's funny. Yeah. She isn't quite as full of praise for Rin's work as Naomi, but is visibly impressed nevertheless. However, when she turns her eyes from the wonderful works of art to look upon the little red-headed girl that made them, a sudden deep sadness floats onto the surface of her expression. I can't explain it, and she never talks about it. June turns into July almost without warning. End-of-term exams look dangerously close, but all I can think of is Rin. I feel like a sleepwalker at school, looking forward only to the next time I get to visit that silent place above Sei's gallery. After Rin refuses my attempts at directly helping her with work, I try to figure out other ways I can help her. It finally dawns on me that she isn't eating properly. Wasn't this Emmy's job, and yet Emmy is not allowed there? And then once again, the only thing I recognize I can read in this convenience store is beer and. My course of action decided, I stop at the convenience store before going to catch the bus downtown on the next visit to the studio. I feel energetic as I open the door at the Atelier and greet Rin. I brought you some fruit! You need vitamins and actual food after all. Do you even eat up here? I do eat. If I didn't eat, I couldn't paint. Then why don't you eat a couple of these? I shake a bag full of ripe oranges in my hand and employ it to tempt Rin into taking a break. To my surprise, she actually lays the brush down and walks over to me to see what I'd brought. Her expression doesn't change at all when she looks into the bag. I can't eat oranges, Sisao. It does not work very well with feet. Then I will help you, you dim-witted artist. I have these things called hands. You'll be amazed at the things I've accomplished with these hands. That's alright. I'll do it. Of course I knew that. Show them yourself, after all. I extract the tiny fruit knife I had with me and select one of the round fruits. After making the initial cut, I begin to peel it with my fingers. The strong scent of cotton orange Rin immediately fills the air as thousands of tiny droplets of oil burst from the skin. I remove the first section of the hard peel and shoot a glance at Rin. So, how's it going? I don't know. It's like I'm in the center of some huge mountain of jelly, and I have to dig my way out. You don't dig your way out of jelly. You eat your way out. When in doubt, eat it. It's like, well, what am I supposed to... It must be stressful. Well, my boy Hisao, if she's stuck in the middle of jelly, you gotta be a friend and eat her out. Oh! The second she started talking about being stuck in jelly, my brain started kicking into overdrive. I was like, oh my god, dog! Our time has come! The burst of excitement out of getting that joke out. Oh my god. Oh, Christ almighty. If you don't get that joke, you're too young. What the fuck are you doing on the internet by yourself? And... yeah, where are your parents? I think it might be. Even though it's just painting all this. Everything feels really strange. I wonder if Ren is the kind of person who likes to carefully remove all the white fibrous stuff in the oranges before eating them. Or more careless type who just eats them as they come. Maybe neither. In the former type, I'm the former type, so I meticulously clean the orange slices one by one while Rin watches the process with mild curiosity. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Some viewers have brought it to my attention that they apparently don't like it when I do the whisper ASMR, or even the demon ASMR voice. I don't know exactly why they asked for that not to happen. Maybe they generally just hated it, or maybe it made them really uncomfortable. And to the latter, if it made you uncomfortable, me reading in a certain manner, then you have certainly missed certain episodes in the past seasons. You know I'm gonna be reading erotic parts, right? You know that's coming. I don't know if that's what you're here for, but if it's not what you're here for, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that there are way worse things I'm gonna be reading than reading things as a whisper. You've been warned. It's like in all this time I haven't learned much about her at all. Once I finish lamenting the fact, I realize I've cleaned the entire orange and nearly split into the slices. I hold up a slice bring it closer to Ren so she can pick it up. I'm an asshole. I would have been so tempted to do the airplane noise. Here! I'm an asshole. Oh my god, the painting's trying to eat it too! And this dude back there in the center is eyeing it very wantingly. Oh god. She takes it directly between her lips, and then into her mouth. Whole. Her lower lip briefly brushes against my fingertip. Oh, God. Ren chews the slice carefully, savoring as much as possible. I become fixated on the movements of her jaw, the trickle of juice glistening on her lip, the way her throat moves when she swallows the orange slice. What? Dude, calm down. Yeah, we know you had this whole watching Sleeping Girl fetish, but I didn't know there was a market for watching girls eat. Is there a market for watching girls eat? Because I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Burn it. Burn all the evidence of this thing existing. After I realize what I'm doing, I turn away, feeling embarrassed about watching her so intently. It's not the same as it usually is. The orange? Painting. Well, because at this point you're painting it because it's a job, not because you think it's fun and a hobby. Oh. Well, is anything like that ever the same? It is, sometimes, I think. I don't know what, though. I might be starting to paint differently soon, if this goes on. Well, wouldn't that just be that change you keep talking about? She thinks about it and blinks her eyes a few times nervously. For a moment, absolutely nothing happens. It's as if time itself did a double take. We stare at each other in silence. only that faint, tangy scent of orange floating between us and the muffled sounds of traffic in the background. Then I pick up another slice and hold it to her. She takes it from me in her mouth just like the first one. I don't know why, but my mind flashed back to Doki Doki when I was feeding chocolate to Yuri. Oh god, is she here? I don't know. I actually freaked myself out and looked behind me. I actually freaked myself out. That's not good. I didn't think it would be like this. Well, keep on going and see what happens. It's not like you can do anything else. Yeah, it's the only thing I can do. After that, she says nothing more. In the ensuing silence, I feed her in the rest of the orange, one slice at a time. Then I peel another for her, which she eats as well. The third I eat myself, and the rest are left in a plastic bag, which I put on a small desk next to the couch. Whoa! She stands up and returns to her painting, with a strange look in her eyes that I haven't seen before. Like most of her expressions, it's completely unreadable. Even if I asked, she wouldn't explain what it means. Ooh, that's the end of a chapter. Well, not bad. Yeah, well, I breezed through that. Okay. I don't remember... Oh, God, she's smoking. I don't... Oh, God, I completely forgot to even set up a timer. Oh, God, what time did I even start? I think I started around 2 o'clock. It's like 2:19 on my phone. I could theoretically... What? No, go away, YouTube, on my phone. No, I don't want to listen to Sabaton right now. I mean, I would listen to Sabaton right now, but... No, get that away. I could try to go a little more. I had to remember what time I'm needed to actually go pick up my grandmother. Please excuse the awkward silence right now as I try to remember what time. I think it was 3:45. I can go a little bit more. If there's a person who sat through the entire length of the episode of Major Minor that I just recently posted, which was a doozy, sorry for that. You can't pause that game in between chapters like you can with this one. I don't like that because it's like, dude, some chapters are incredibly long in that game. And I do this in recording sessions, you know? So it's like, some folk out there don't have time or the patience to sit through an hour episode. Not going to get into that right now. Some days later, I spot Rin and Seiso standing together in front of the gallery as I walk down the street towards the gallery. They seem to be talking to each other while Sei has a smoke. Good afternoon. I say this even though it's not really afternoon anymore. I came a bit later than usual since I got caught up doing homework. It's going to be dark soon. Hello there, Hisao. Came to visit the little kitten again. Stop calling her the little kitten. It comes off as creepy to me, lady. And weird. Who actually enjoys being called the little kitten? I don't want to know the answer. Don't tell me. Burn the evidence. Burning. Ren makes a face at the nickname. I guess she doesn't really... Yeah, who likes that name? God damn it. There were some women in college that had a nickname for me. And it was stupid. It was ridiculous. They thought it was cute. They genuinely thought it was cute. I did not. You ask consent before you give quote-unquote cute nicknames. It ends violently afterwards otherwise. Ironically, the way she wrinkles her nose like that really does make her look a little bit like a cat. Can't see that with the current artwork, my boy. Hello. Sei turns back to Rin to continue the conversation they were having. So in other words, everything is going well enough? Rin makes a difficult expression and turns her face away from me for some reason. It's difficult. It's like I'm missing something. But I will do it. Work hard and it'll be fine. I'm going to have to start working on my part of the preparations. I need to do a sales catalog, invitations, decorations, advertisement, and so on. I need the names for your works. And we also need to think of the general theme for the exhibition. The theme of the exhibition, lady, is there is no theme. There is no theme, therefore there is a theme. That's the theme. They don't have anything like that. I'm not very good with words, so I don't use them. If I cannot use them, I mean, sometimes I have to, but I think this is not a time like that at all. You don't like naming your works? I don't like it. Well, I guess it's hard to come up with a good name for something like this. Rin shakes her head, vehemently. It's not like that. It's like if I paint a cloud and call it an octopus, people will think about it differently than if I paint a cloud and call it the end of the world. That actually makes sense. Every name is wrong. Nothing ever explains what I feel like when I make a painting. It's not a word thing. The only thing would come up with new words for everything. But would it help at all? No, I don't think so. Then the paintings would go just unnamed, number 1, and so on. It's a bit inconvenient, but that's no good. Unnamed means that you just didn't come up with a good name. An unnamed is a name. Like that Greek guy with the sheep and all. Fucking what?! She thinks about this for a while. Furrowing her brow, she keeps looking at Rin's serious face. So, you're saying your artwork should be completely without labels? I think that's what I am saying. Sadra lets out a dry laugh. The kind ladies who smoke too much always seem to end up with Let's hope your art will never end up in a museum. The curators would explode. She takes a contemplative puff of her cigarette, which is worn down not much more than the butt. Then she drops it into an ashtray affixed to the wall next to the door. Then again, it could work. What do you mean? This namelessness, the rejection of labels, it works. There's your fucking theme! It's a good unifying theme, and something people can grasp onto easily. Yeah, hipsters. Allow for a lot of room for an interpretation. It gives a good impression. Think about it. All sorts of associations can be made, starting from identity and self-definition, all the way to whatever you think, to what you want to think about. We could call your exhibition Nameless and build it on that theme. How does that sound? Rin thinks about it for a while. I'm not sure how Sai managed to get so fired up by Rin's reluctance to apply names to her works. It feels like she might be extrapolating too much, but it's a pretty impressive sounding idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. For whatever it's worth, I have to say it's pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me too. Sarah reaches into her pocket for another cigarette, lighting it with a neon gray butane lighter. Her forehead wrinkles, and she rubs it as she appears to furiously think more on this idea. She doesn't say a word for a little bit, but every now and then she takes a short drag from her cigarette. Yes, I think this could work out pretty nicely. I'm going to take this as a starting point and work from there. I'm going to work on this. You go back upstairs and try to find your missing ingredient. I like Sei. She's an interesting side character, I should say. Side character. But I like where her head is it for business. She's an idea person. And she uses that to ship-shape of the whole marketing angle. I like it. I'm sure it'll come to you sooner or later. Rin doesn't reply, so Sei takes one last long puff from a cigarette and drops it into the tray to join with the others of its kind. The gallery owner turns to head back inside, but is stopped by Rin just as she reaches for the door handle. Sei? What is it, kitten? Stop calling her kitten. Can I have some cigarettes? I have some cigars if you want, Rin. To me, that's a fuck ton better. Yes, I smoke cigars, and for the one or two of you who probably didn't know that. Not that that matters. She looks at Rin incredulously, clearly not expecting such a direct request. Not that I did either. Don't tell your teacher. She stuffs the pack into Rin's pocket along with the neon green lighter. The day is already folding into dusk when we climb up the dark stairs leading up to what is now basically Rin's atelier. As we go inside, Rin doesn't seem to be able to settle down. She keeps pacing around the room like a caged animal, looking through the skylight at the burgundy-colored dusk. The last light of the sun's advance across the sky reflects from the clouds flowing over the town, filling every corner of the atelier with blazing orange light. So, painting is going well. She blinks and relaxes her muscles. I didn't even realize how tensed up she was until now. Not really. I haven't painted in 3 days. I'm going in squares. Creative block, I get that. I really do. Going in squares, I know what she means. She's going in circles. But the room is a square. So she's not going in a circle. She's following along the wall and going in a square. I sometimes go in octagons. Or rhombuses. Or triangles. Sometimes I just walk in a line. It's very awkward to do in a room. I don't pace back and forth, because that means I would have said then I'm pacing. No. I just keep bumping into the wall. This joke's going nowhere fucking fast. I'm probably gonna just end this right here. Look! Look, Clace! An option to save in the middle of the chapter. Progress successfully set. Good. I've got things to do before I even have to go do the other things that I need to do. If you guys enjoy the mindless ramblings, you know that deal. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word of this channel, its videos, its many bizarre misadventures. And if you haven't already, follow the Facebook page and hop on the Discord. All that usual good crap. And do me one more favor before you go. Stay awesome out there. Adios.